which have exacerbated a labor shortage just in time for the holidays. That could mean even if consumers remain willing to go out, businesses will have to close when too many employees are sick or get stuck in quarantine. That doesn't appear to have deterred U.S. retail spending, with MasterCard Spending Plus reporting 8.5 year-to-year rise for the period from November 1st to the 24th, making it the biggest annual gain in 17 years. Yeah, well, a lot of people are ordering online, I guess, but it doesn't matter how you order, I guess. Everything seems to be serious but manageable. Anything that changes this could probably make a big impact, said some analysts. With many people taking off the final week of the year, the prices at which traders will buy and sell may be higher or lower since there are a few counterparties. That means less people trading. That's where we're at. Very, very quiet. Tens of thousands of holiday travelers were plans upended over the Christmas weekend as flight cancellation disruptions. One of the biggest travel seasons of the year, a total of 957 Christmas Day flights, including domestic flights and those into and out of the country, were canceled. Up to 690 on Christmas Eve, and another 1,300 plus flights were called off on Sunday, according to people who take care of that. While cruise ships from Royal Caribbean had to ditch stops due to outbreak of COVID on board. The nationwide spike in Omicron cases this week has had little direct impact on our flight crews and people who run our operations, said spokesperson for United Airlines. Yeah, that must be terrible. What's going on there if you're flying anywhere? Nothing like staying home. Okay, and that's that. Well, that was fun. All right, you can see not much going on there. Bond yields at the 10s at around 1.48. We are just kind of here, hanging up here on the highs. If you like these kind of markets, you're probably buying any little dip that occurs, because it seems like that's what is going to propel this. Very tough to even trade this, even with our levels, only because of the way the markets are trading. So be mindful of that. Looking for places to maybe jump in and get a little long, but have your stops in place if you do it. Probably the right thing to do, and then take your profits against our levels, because we just don't seem to be, unfortunately, rotating off of them. It's just that's the nature of the beast today. She could tell you differently, but it's not happening. But then again, it is week between Christmas and New Year's. Usually we're taking this week off too, but since I'm home, again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat box area. As we slowly drift up here to the 44. Remember, I said just be careful with these levels, considering how slow the market is. It's not our favorite trade, right? I mean, we have good trades and we have not our favorite trade. This is not our favorite trade. So I'm giving you a word of warning here before it happens, as it's happening. You just have to remember that when you're trading, you have to understand the kind of market we're trading. Like I said, if you bought a little dips, then maybe you're looking to get out at those levels. But I would be very careful about trying to scalp these levels up here, only because, well, we're rallying very slowly and it's not our favorite trade, and there's no volume. I mean, there's just no volume. I mean, without me saying it, probably a good thing to do is not to trade. That, I know that's not what you're here for. I don't want to hear me say that, but it's more like chit-chatting with each other and making sure everybody had a good Christmas and making sure everybody did okay as far as Santa is concerned. Those kind of things. Those kind of conversations. Right. Unfortunately, we're just kind of hanging up here at these all-time highs, and that's another reason that okay, forget all-time highs. That's a little surprise for us. Literally looked away for a second. Look what happened. Ooh. All right. Well, that wasn't too bad, considering. Again, you're also trading smaller, just very light. Scales are bigger. I mean, like I said, the rally markets are not our best. And then you get this like goofy move, like somebody tried to sell maybe 1,000 lot and created this little flush here. I wish I could tell you what was going to happen to stay short, but hey, whatever. Hopefully you were able to stick with it a little bit, maybe scale in a little bit differently, right? And just to trade lightly, or that is so just what happens when there's a light volume. It is what it is. Can't change that. Yeah, as far as honesty is concerned, I mean, I tell you when I'm down money, so I'm going to tell you not to trade too. So it is what it is. What can I tell you? Nice little 500 lot there at 39, though. Somebody is wants to scratch it. All right, there, Philip. Good trade. Every now and then you get a big order that comes into the market. Kind of surprises everyone. And they usually take them out. I mean, there's a saying in Florida used to say the order goes to the market, the market goes to the orders. So there's that 500 lot. Everybody sees it now. It's like they're all like, okay, well, maybe somebody wants to trade some size. Maybe he'll go in there, jump in there, and get filled and get a position on. He'll take it. One number, right? It's very tough. I never understood how they like. I mean, I used to remember that when you're on the floor, people, when they traded some size, they wanted one number. Like, you either bought 39s, not 39 and a quarter, 39 and a half. I mean, they wanted a number. And you can't do that really on the screen. I mean, I guess you could. There are moments where I take it back. There are moments where you could, but it's hard to do. When there's volume, there's moments that you could. But if that guy, I mean, I'm assuming somebody wanted to sell 1,000 up there because that's flushed it down. I mean, probably a wrong assumption, but it took 10, 12 numbers to fill, depending on what was in there, what was canceled, so on and so forth. So anyway, so that's what's going on. So nice little trade there. If you did, again, we're warning you to stay, patient and to wait for something to happen. And it does, it doesn't, it's fine. You have to scale in a little bit differently around our levels, only because of the conditions that are out here, right? Slow, very light volume. You're definitely going to get some, what do you call it? Write-offs, but can't think of the word right now, the technical word, but we're slowly coming down here to that 39. Somebody's going to take that 39, 500 lot out. It's just waiting to be taken out. Yeah, just waiting there. Slippage. You have to consider slippage. That's what the technical term is that I was looking for. Because there's going to be slippage in these markets. Well, we are trading all-time highs here, so take that, huh? All right, crazy. A week ago, well, not a week ago, because it's been a week since we started this. But yeah, at the end of the week, we were like, oh my goodness, we're going back down. Then all of a sudden, puts on the brakes, starts rotating back up. And the VIX, which is the volatility index, probably low 20s, maybe even less than that, as we've they suck the premium, the volatility out of the market when the markets have these rallies like this. They really do. Well, traders have always liked markets that go down, markets that are slowly upticking, or rally markets are very tough to scalp. Traders like volatility, and they seem to suck the volatility out of the markets when markets go up. But again, you have to accept the fact that there is what's in front of you, and then as long as you understand that we are in a rallying market and it's going to be harder, you have to trade it accordingly, right? As a trader, you have to understand the environment that you're in and then trade that accordingly. And right now, we're in the very slow time. I'm doing pretty good for trying to keep talking here when there's nothing happening. Not my forte. Again, if you got questions, good time to ask. We do like questions over here. Makes it a little bit easier on me. All right. Also, that big order there is keeping the market kind of range bound here a little bit. I mean, there's two ways to trade that order, right? You could trade in front of it, or you could trade it as a backstop, or you could put your order around it. I mean, it's just if you're bored. Just if you're bored. but everybody does see the 500 a lot there at 39, so they're kind of just keeping it up. I'll repeat can we repeat the levels in the chat? Is that possible? He might not be here this morning. Definitely taking the day off, not mistaken. Let's give you the levels again this morning. Our pivot this morning is 47.31. 47.31. Resistance up here at, we got through 39, and then to 44, then up here at 50 and 55. Support below at 24, 17, 10, and 03. Repeat levels again. Pivot is 31. Support at 24, 17, 10, and 03. Resistance on the upside at, we got through 39. We tested the 44 here, and then 50 and 55. No problem. Just slowly kind of range bound here, not surprising, but like I said, maybe you're buying kind of that kind of market. Oh, it's okay, Gary, not a problem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box. We are trading mini S&Ps here, looking for opportunities to scalp the market, 2 to 3 points on our stops, and try to take opportunities around levels that we gave out, which I just repeated. If you got them, that's great. If you want me to repeat them, just let me know. But again, we continue to rally here. I suggested earlier that maybe you were trying to buy some dips, and based on what the market is doing today, find an area there. There was a big order there at 39, like a big 500 lot that was probably kind of holding the market up a little bit, I would think, maybe. And you bought it against it. Like I said, there's different ways of trading around that level. Thanks, Chad. There are the levels in the chat box. Chad, if you could put it to everyone instead of there. Thanks. Anna, Anna, how are you? I am glad you're back. Good. Well, we have to talk. If you could put it to everyone, that'd be perfect. Okay. Well, you let me. Well, let's wait till next week, when we get back to some quote unquote normal time, and then we'll figure out whatever's good for you. Thanks, Chad. No problem there, Gary. Again, we are looking for opportunities to scalp the market. We're trading futures. I guess maybe you know that. And we're looking for levels and setups that we think might give us a chance to scalp the market. We put together a methodology based on those concepts and ideas, and that finds levels, and those levels that we see in the chat, in addition to price action opportunities that occur once the market paints some bars. The combination of both those gives us trading opportunities and trades to look into, so we can have a little bit of a scalping opportunity. We're looking for about 2 to 3 points on our trades, and that's what we're trying to find here in a slow holiday week. So again, the next level of resistance we have on the upside is up here at the 50 area. We had to work the 39 and the 44, meaning that we had some slippage. And we were able to, again, we talk about scaling into these areas and, understanding you have to trade small these days because of the light volume. And then, scale in a little bit wider because of the light, again, because of the light. Everything is based on volume here. And because of the light volume, it's not going to be as, the markets trade way differently than they would in any kind of quote unquote normal situation, whatever normal situation is, at least what we're trying. And these rallies also, these rally markets, as you can see here, by looking at the hourly, which is the middle chart here, are very tough for us to trade. Traders generally appreciate markets that are going down because the volatility index is pumped up a lot and gives us opportunities both on the short side and long side to make money. But sometimes it gets a little bit trickier when it's trading on these rally markets because we don't get ebbs and flows. And as a scalper, with the kind of trades that we're looking for, you definitely want ebbs and flows. But we do this on an everyday basis. I used to trade on the Florida Exchange. We used to do this programming from the Florida Exchange. Just have a booth down there and did our gig from down there. But unfortunately, because of COVID, there's no floor anymore. Very, very sad. Very sad. Very sad. It was one hell of a place to be, that's for sure. Yeah, we're slowly upticking here again. This is what happens with these round markets. Suggested maybe buying some dips, maybe against. You saw that order there. It's at 39. Maybe you dipped your toe there against it and bought 40s, and we'll stick with it using the 39 as a backstop, as a little support. Sometimes the market price action opportunities. Remember, we talk about price action opportunities. That is a price action opportunity. I suggested it when it was happening. And again, I don't tell people how to trade or what to trade. Everybody here trades with their own risk tolerance. You have to find the risk tolerance that suit your risk variance. As not everybody trades the same. Everybody trades a little bit differently. And you have to understand what how much risk you want to take and what you're doing. So I might suggest a trade. Doesn't mean that you have to take it. And you have to find the trades that you're comfortable with, and trade those accordingly. The trades that you can find, trades that you understand, that you can visualize, and that you have reasons of trading. And as long as they work for you, that's good. Stick with those instead of trying to find trades that I would take or somebody else would take. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. Since it's a holiday week, we focus definitely in morning hours, and these days probably looking more at the first hour or so of trading, only because if you think it was slow when traders are normally there, it's going to be that much slower when traders are not there, right? Unfortunately, it is what it is. Um, what's sad? Uh, I do know people in Florida talking about the variant there you're talking about. Yes, of course, the COVID situation is awful. It's just a terrible situation. But the markets and everybody are learning to deal with it. I think there's maybe some point we'll turn the corner. Every time you think we're going to turn the corner, something else comes up. Right? It just seems to be the nature of the beast, and it is a beast. That's for sure. But it is what it is, and markets and us people adjust to it. Unfortunately, it's sucking a lot of energy out of everyone. All right, the market slowly inching up here to the 50 area. Hopefully, maybe you got in there a little bit. We are scalping the market. We obviously scale into a situation there. Hopefully, you were able to scale into how you scaled in 49, 49 and a half against the 50. Hopefully, and there's a 400 lot up there, as you can see. That's maybe, hopefully, you were able to get in there against our level and take that little scalp. Again, we're taking 2-3 points. It's a very, very slow day. So if the market gives us something, don't be afraid to take the profits. You're not gonna taking some profits against the levels that we have. So if you were able to jump in there against our 50 area as we were talking, that got filled, and just worked the order while we were chit-chatting here a little bit. Again, you have to have your orders in place to be able to take advantage of the rotation. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes you don't have to do that. Sometimes it gives you, just you have an opportunity to jump in after the fact, right? But this last move here gave you that one chance there. You had to have your orders in there pretty much, and then rotate it quickly off of it. So hopefully you're able to take advantage of that little trade. All right. Again, give you another chance up there. This time they'd get up to the 50. If you were aggressive there, maybe you were taking it again. I don't know. Again, everybody does their own little thing. All right, just kind of hanging around the 50 area here. Next level above, we have 55. And then if you want, we have above that, we've got all the way up to 64. That's our next level that I'm looking at. Well, that's nice if you're living in Florida there, Chad, but I can't go to the beach in Chicago. Not now. Kind of not fair. So basically, you're telling me I should go to Florida if I get sick. That's what you're trying to tell me, I think. Not a bad idea, actually. But Chicago's the weather hasn't been too bad around here, so I really can't complain. All right, it's just kind of hanging. You can see how slow these rallies make this market, but hopefully we're able to take a little bit of a rotation there against our 50 area. Again, we got 55 next, and anything and then the next level above that would be up at 64. It's the next level on the upside that we're looking at. Where are you from there, Gary? Yeah, the great northwest there got a lot of snow. Seattle got drenched. The Bears were playing there. That's the only reason I know. All right, again, markets are slow and they got this rally mode situation going. So be careful. 55 is the next level of resistance that we have. We're not even getting any dips now to buy. It's not even like rotating down a little bit. So as the volume here, as the day goes on, the volume is also going to get lighter and lighter. So you can imagine how it's going to be very, very slow. But hopefully, with the levels that we gave out this morning, hopefully you were able to take some profits or take some trades there and make a little bit of money on this Monday in between Christmas and New Year's. Can't believe we're coming to the end of the new year again. It just seems to days keep chopping along here. Okay, we continue to slowly rally here. Next level of resistance we have is up at the 55. Again, if you are buying dips there, whatever dip for there, you're not going to get too many dips. So just got lucky to make a little bit of a profit there against that 50 area when it got up there. All right. All right. Again, good time to ask some questions. As you can tell, it's kind of slow here. We have the 55 area. It's our next level of resistance. We inched up there to 3.5. Came off of it a little bit. Again, we're not coming really off much. That one little break we had was like a surprise up against the 44 area there. I don't know how that happened. Then we talked about maybe getting long against the that big order there at 39, and then we're just coming slowly up here to the 55 area. So just one of those slow days. We're not really ripping around anywhere. We're just kind of chugging along. Well, the if you see the three charts that we have from the right to left is a 5-minute bond chart, S&P, 5-minute S&P chart, mini S&P. We're following the mini S&P futures contract, equity futures contract. We're trading equity futures. The middle chart there is a hourly bar chart and the chart on the left is a 5-minute 30-year bond chart. So we are trading futures. There's different ways to trade futures. You can obviously take position trades. You could scalp the market. You could intraday trade. So you can spread the market between months and contracts. Everything's dependent on individual, what you learn and how you trade individual contracts that you're trading, whatever it is that you're trading. We basically are trying to scalp the market, which is try to take the ebbs and flows in the market, because we don't believe markets go straight up or straight down. But of course, I'm telling you that as the market just slowly keeps upticking. So we're trying to find opportunities where you can get short, try to buy the market against levels that we think are resistance, and then get long against support levels, and then try to take advantage of those ebbs and flows as they occur at those areas. So that's what we try to do here on an everyday basis. So basically, we are scalping and trying to trade. If you wanted to become a trader, quote unquote, commodity futures, this is where we're at. This is the area that we are. That's what we're trying to do right now, is looking for areas to scalp the market based on the work that we do. We put together a methodology that allows you to find these areas and allows you to understand, why to trade them, have reasons to trade. There's obviously, everybody has different reasons to get into a trade, different reasons not to trade. I've been talking about reasons not to trade today because of the time of the year and where we're at. That's another story altogether. But that's what we're trying to do here. So. All right, you can see here, like it talked about the slippage that's occurring, right? You have to take that into consideration with these slow markets. Besides the fact that we got up to 370, 350 last time. So that was definitely told you that you had to adjust your entry point there against the 55 area. Hopefully you did that. And you're getting a nice little rotation here against it. We got up to 58 there. Again, have to hopefully make those adjustments based on the price action.
Hey everybody, this is Bradley of Bradley Teaches, and today I'm asked screen on my video window, simple but an easy way to brand a video. And that's pretty good there. And I'll center all these and kind of center them up. Stays on screen, then it will start over automatically, right? Because it's a background animation. So with that, I like video, then download it. All right, now that it's all done, we're going to bring this back into Restream Studio, and let me show you how it actually looks. Okay, so here we are back in Restream Studio, that you can actually go into Restream. Here's, which is a screen capture I'm showing you right now. A full screen, single window broadcast into a smaller version of that single window showing the background behind it. So that's how you would do that. So until next time, I'm Bradley Vinson. See you next video. Bye-bye.
We don't have an app. I mean, the only platform that you're going to need is your trading platform, so that you can enter trades into your into the areas of prices that we're talking about. But that's that you have on your main computer at home. I would suggest if you're going to trade that's what you would have it on. I wouldn't have it on your phone, because last thing you want to do is start trading on your phone. Don't highly recommend that. I mean, again, remember, we're trading futures versus like a stocks. We're not buying and holding, or we are in or out of our trades within, I don't know, depending on volatility, maybe 2-3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then we're looking for the next opportunity to trade. On average, I would say we average about 5 trades a day, 4 to 5 trades a day on average. Some days are a little bit more, some days a little bit less, and we also focus more on the morning hours. And we feel that the morning hours gives us good opportunities for us to trade, for our methodology to work. So being that from your end, and the west coast over there, you'll trade the morning, and you still got the rest of your day to do whatever you have. If some people have other businesses, some people jobs, depending on what whatever you're doing is. So it gives you a chance to trade the morning hours, first 2-3 hours of the morning. And we feel that those first couple hours in the morning help us with the methodologies that we teach, the volatility that's there, the ebbs and flows that are happening are definitely the dynamics that occur in the morning help our methodology more than the afternoon trades. Let's put it that way. Yeah, good. Happy holidays to you there, Gary. Yeah, that's all we can do. Hopefully we had some family around, so I guess that's the best thing that I can ask for. Right. Yeah, I mean, if you again, it's a good thing that well, if you want to learn futures, this is probably a good place to be because uh, there's a lot of the noise that you hear from other people. I mean, we try to minimize the noise here as much as possible, and our methodology is simple. It's not too complicated. The one thing I've learned while I was trading on the floor is that the simpler it is, the better it is for you, and the better opportunity for you to make some money instead of learning some very complex methodology that requires some algorithm and then adjusting of algorithms as the day goes on. And this is looking what the market is telling you and reacting to the what the market is telling us instead of trying to react to an algorithm. I guess I'm just old school. There's nothing wrong with algorithms. That's not good. I'm not going to say that it's a terrible thing. I'm just saying that we are looking at the market and every day and different dynamics that the markets are going to offer us every day, and we trade it accordingly. That's all. If algorithms are your thing, then go for it. Again, the only problem with algorithms when you're trading, again, if you can, I think you have to be able to make the adjustments to the algorithms. Now, sometimes you can make adjustments on the fly and sometimes you can't. And then it becomes a problem because every day the dynamics of the markets are changing. Some days are slow, some days they're fast, some days there's nothing, some days there's a lot. So we sit on our screen every day and not trying to predict which way the markets are going and trade whatever opportunities present themselves when they do. Yeah, we went retested this high here at the 58, got a new high by a tick, and creating a little pushback down here. Again, because of the holidays, they're really going to start really sucking out some of the volatility and the volume here soon. I mean, we're pushing new highs, but it's amazing. It is amazing. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat box. Don't mind questions. Well, yeah, I mean, your computer's, like I said, I would not suggest you using your phone to trade. So again, the platforms that we have depend on the broker that you use. You have to find a broker that allows you to trade futures contracts, and then once you find the broker that allows you to trade futures contracts, um, at that point they'll have platforms that they will recommend to you. So it starts with the broker that you have, and then you kind of go from there. So you need to find a broker that trades futures contracts. If you don't have one, we could, if you are interested and want to, you know, learn some of the concepts and ideas and join the group that we have here, then we could suggest somebody to you. But it all begins with the brokers that you have, and then who they are working with as far as platforms are concerned. And the platform is not so much on your phone. I mean, that it's the one that you're gonna use on your computer, because that's going to be your trading base. Obviously, we can see that the market has found a little bit of resistance up here against the 58 area. It's double top, made another new high by a tick. And the market does that sometimes, finds a little area there where it decides to hang loose, and that'll be about it. Once we get above, if we rotate back up to the highs and get above the 60 area, I think we rotate up to the 64. But okay. So again, they usually would have a platform that would allow you to use to come into futures contracts. I mean, Schwab, I would assume, I'm assuming Schwab allows you to trade futures. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask them. Then they will direct you as to which platform you will need to trade if you want to go that route. First, you need to see if they're going to let you trade futures, and if they do, what platform you need so that you can access the ladder ticket that we have. The ladder ticket is basically the prices and the bids and the offers at each price. All right, we're just kind of hanging up here again. Like I said, I think we got to get above the 60 for us to rotate higher. Support right now would be back around the 45, well, 47 to 50 area if we get down there, but I don't know if we're going to, as we seem to just chug along. Again, we focus more on the morning hours as we got to remember, this is a week between Christmas and New Year's, so the volume and the volatility is going to be extremely light. We've had some good trading opportunities for us this morning, so we can't complain. If you've been with us, hopefully you're able to take advantage of some of the opportunities that occurred. Otherwise, it's kind of slow, and like I said, we focus more on the morning hours here, so we have our levels on the upside. You got support levels here on the downside. Again, the support levels would vary, at least right now, would be the 48 to 50 area, and then probably won't be back down till we get through that. Then you're looking more at the 40 area, and then down at 31 after that, which would be our pivot if we rotate to the downside. So next level we have up here would be the 64 area, and I said if we get above 60, we might slowly trick up there, or fast, depending on. We are up a lot already this morning. Again, that's kind of pretty amazing how we keep going up. Above 64, we've got 70. All right, seems like we're gonna just kind of look like we're flagging here up a little bit. So see what happens next. All right, you can see here they've really tightened up the ranges here a little bit. So we shall see what happens. Looks like it wants to rotate to the upside. I got to get above 60 for that to happen. We get 64 is our next level, and then above that 70. Do we tend to stick with these three charts you're talking about? Yeah, the charts that we have, we're only trading actually one contract. We're basically trading the S&Ps. We use the bond. We use different charts to help us find opportunities to trade, setups to trade. The bond chart is, I guess it's one of the things where just kind of I have it up there because I used to trade in the bond pit. And there was always a good correlation between bonds and equities, sometimes a little bit better than others. Other times, not so much so. So it all depends on the situation and the day. But we're just trading one contract. We're trading mini S&Ps. I feel that there's good opportunity there. There's good ebbs and flows. The volume is there. Gives you plenty of opportunities to trade when the trading is here. And if you can focus on that instead of trying to focus on a lot of other markets, I think some people sometimes get lost into over trading with a lot of other markets, and they don't focus in on one market and try to understand that. Again, the market is wanting to rotate up here, trying to keep you a little bit long here. Where you get long is up to you, how you trade that. Uh, just trying to keep you. We've been trying to keep you along here for a while now. Trying to tell you to buy the dips as the market here continues to slowly uptick. It ain't dipping much. That's the only problem. But if whatever, I mean, the risk is a little less when you are buying it, buying these dips when it's not really rotating that far, but it is giving you upside profits. Yeah, I mean that's the philosophy there, Gary. I think we can learn to focus in on one market, understand the dynamics that affect that market, what makes it go up, what makes it go down. Focusing on that, it's much better than trying to spread yourself thin through a lot of other markets. At least that's the philosophy here. Again, trying to keep it a little long here, looking for a very slow rally to the upside. Looking at our next level of resistance up there at the 64, that'll be our target. All right, definitely. They've taken a lot of volatility out of the market. Again, it's very, very not unexpected. It's kind of slow. It is what it is. Trying to keep it a little bit long here. We've been trying to keep it long here for a while. Hopefully, we've taken some profits along the way. Our goal here, the profit target would be the 64 eventually. We're going to get there or not, but right now we got support around the 48 to 40, 50, the 48 to 50 area. And we'll see what happens. I mean, the things could change. Obviously, the market dynamics could change. So, but for the time being, that's where we're at. But again, the volatility and the volume and the continuation rally here has they've sucked a little bit of the move out of it. It got up to almost 62, but still trying to keep you a little bit long here, looking for the 64 area. I will get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick programming notes. Hey, James, did you want to go over getting yourself set up for Saul's mentoring and his coursework with the bonus access to this Trade Along Live? Just let me know back in chat and I can work with you. If anybody else wants to review the website and you're interested in Saul's services, I'll send you out a link. Gary, I sent it out to you already. You should have it in chat. Michael G, I just sent it out to everybody. Fen. Hey, Edward, was it yesterday? I can't remember when your thing expired. Might have been the 26th, could be the 28th. Just let me know back in chat. I think I'd sent it to you in chat before. So I don't have to go and check it. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'll send out also the opportunity to sign up for this Trade Along Live service at a special discount. This is what they call a disappearing offer. Of course, I think it disappeared from my there we go. Hey, Michael, how are you? Now that's out for everybody too. This is a exploding offer. In other words, that it's here today and it quite possibly could not be here tomorrow. So take advantage of it today. Click on it. If you go out quarterly, it's more properly priced based on the discount. You know, if you want information about platforms, information about trading, it all starts with a Trade Along Live services service. If you want to take it to the next level and you want to have Saul teach and mentor you, whether you're a new trader or an experienced trader and you want to look to develop consistent profitability, you want to try to be the best trader you can be, and you want somebody to take you under their wing and teach you, then Saul's your man. It's a value decision for you as an individual. You know, I think you probably have figured out that Saul is already trading. He's trading based on a price action trading strategy that he has developed over the last 25 years or so. He has put together over these 25 years a way to set key proprietary scalping levels, his levels. Or actually, I should say he has put together a technique to put levels together that he believes gives him an advantage in his trading on a daily basis, particularly the morning session. And he shares those levels, that's how we call them, proprietary levels, out to everybody as a what he calls his levels and zones. So his pivot, other levels on top and bottom of that pivot. Now, if I scroll back and I look for the reposting of that information after he gave it out this morning, it's actually funny because I have now one of Saul's students as a teaching tool posted his levels as a teaching tool so that Saul could give him an overview or critique of the levels that he had posted. And I believe what Saul did is he read the levels out. But it looks like Anon had posted them. So I've got the pivot was 47.31, 47.31. Now we're talking right now, it's 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time on December 27, 2021. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is to be taken as direct investment or trading advice. So we had 47.31, above he had 39, resistance 44.50 and 55. And then he had support at 24.17, 10.03. So these are the levels and zones that he had put out this morning, the ones that he was utilizing or looking to utilize in his own trading. He gives them out as a guide for you. And then you go through the morning session with Saul based on his commentary and the action of price in and around his levels. And traders are here as subscribers. Well, first as guests and then subscribers. And they are part of the service on a daily basis. So the website describes our services and what the opportunities for you are as either new or experienced traders. First level of service is this Trade Along live session, which we ask you to subscribe to, and we just gave you at a significant discount. So there's really no reason why we don't have 100% participation in here, so take that to heart. For those that want to have a private consultation about Saul's course of mentoring work, or you're ready to sign up, take the steps to do it. I'll watch for you. It gives you a year free, or a year bonus free access to this Trade Along live session on a daily basis as a proving ground and an access point to Saul during the live market. So tradealonglive.com is the website to come in and register for this Zoom session. Saul Zoom Trade Along. Trade Along Trading Academy is what you would go to reference the website, see what Saul has to offer based on his products and services, and then process your payment through there. And I just posted the opportunity to receive a discount based on his services in just the Trade Along live session. So James, let me know what you want to do. Edward, give me the info. Let me know what we're doing. Gary, let me know if you have any additional questions. I'll be in the background. Just let me know.